Sustainability is super important for us at the RHS, and we're producing these big international shows. So we're doing lots to make sure that we're reducing our impact. We're guardians of this planet, so we really need to make sure that we're taking that responsibility in hand.
We need to look at the changing climate, and the way we design, we need to think sustainably. How can materials be reused, repurposed? So this garden is actually going to be living on at a school in Battersea, and likewise, other gardens here, they're actually going to live on in other places in one form or another.
Every effort has been made to make this garden sustainable, so Chelsea's the perfect excuse to experiment. And so we've got 3 sections of walls which have been actually built out of straw bales. The roses have been secured in position using hazel pegs. Even the bowls in the garden have been made using very basic old techniques.
This is a traditional build, very traditional, and it's a very traditional design, but actually what lies below is completely something I've never done before. I'm using clay and straw blocks stuck down with clay glue, and I wouldn't have believed I could ever do that. I'm using concrete in the garden with no cement in it, earth-friendly concrete, which even on the concrete alone gives me a net saving of about 1.6 tonnes of saving of carbon. And we're using even reject sand. I've never used reject sand, so sand that would actually go to landfill. So literally I am being as sustainable as I possibly can.
Gardens at the Chelsea Flower Show, they're done in a very intensive time frame. They're there for a week, and then they need to go and find a home after the show. So we had that in mind from the very outset of the design of this garden. So this structure, as you can see here, it's like a giant Meccano set. So it was easy to bolt together, to assemble at the show, and to relocate to its final home after the show. And instead of using concrete for the foundations, we've used what are called screw piles. So essentially giant screws that are screwed into the ground, and very easy to remove after the show, and also very low impact, particularly around the big trees, so don't damage tree roots as they go in.
When you start to design using local materials, you really draw on the particular character of a site, and I find that designs become more unique and quirky, and that's really to be celebrated.
Every material in the garden, everything is recycled or repurposed or upcycled, so there's hardly any new or virgin materials used in the construction of this garden.
I think as gardeners, we're really aware of the climate and the impact that it's having. It affects everyone, and we can do our bit here to make a difference and educate as well.